Here we are in November, and we've almost reached the end of this year again. And when I look at the nature, how everything constantly changes, I realize again that life is ever changing, moving in the endless circle of life. And then I realize again how transient, perishable, and fleeting the outer world is. And that these outer appearances of bodies, forms, materials, and structures are nothing but a vessel, a container, a vehicle for our inner essence of life, our souls. I believe nature wants to remind us, especially in the seasons of fall and winter, that all states of life have their own beauty. And yet, that outer beauty will fade away like a withering rose in the wind. It's the inner beauty that has the power and strength to endure and to spread its light even when there's darkness, just like in a long winter night. So, I think autumn and winter are wonderful times to bring our attention back to our inner world, to reflect and question ourselves, to find new peace and clarity within us, and to grow our inner beauty, which won't fade away, which is eternal, immortal. Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new vlog. Yay! So it's already November again. Wow, and I'm always amazed how fast the years pass by. This time I thought I would share just a bit with you what my children and I have been up to recently, like the last days and weeks during autumn time that we had and are still having. It's still pretty much autumn here, as I said in the last video already, and I really love it. It rained very much, and like right now it's raining, and we had very much rain this autumn, but therefore we also had loads of mushrooms, because mushrooms need this wet, moisture climate.
So some of you might have seen some of my mushroom shots already in Facebook or Instagram, but for those who haven't, let me share some with you. And of course, I didn't only take pictures of them, we also picked mushrooms to eat them.
Ein Dötchen wegmachen.
Darf ich den jetzt essen?
Ja, das ist
Papa, kannst du
so, jetzt
Papaya?
schneiden wir mal an. Ja, schneiden wir mal.
So I think this is definitely one of the best things about autumn, that Mother Nature is providing us with so many treasures of hers.
Ja, der ist richtig süß. Probier mal, wie süß.
Ah.
Ja, meiner ist auch süß. Probier mal. Sehr lecker. Können wir von da probieren?
Ja. Auch gut, gell? We've also collected chestnuts one day. We've actually wanted to go to pick mushrooms, but then we ended up collecting chestnuts because the children have seen them and then they had so much fun by collecting them. Noah was counting his even, and then they made this competition, who has the most.
158, 159, 159. Ich hab 160.
And since they weren't edible, I mean there are edible ones, but they collected some non-edible ones, so we brought them home and then they made little handicrafts with it. I mean, they didn't make it really professional, but they had fun with it and it was really cute. And I think it's beautiful to do these typical seasonal things, especially with children, because you connect so much more with nature. You know the whole process, you go outside to look for it, to collect it, and then you bring it home to process it, to do something with it, and then you have it in your hands again. And I think you connect so much more with nature and also with the seasons, you know, with the cycles of nature. And that's why I think this is not only very beautiful, but even necessary to really feel as a part of nature and to feel this, that we're in, you know, that we're not separated from it, but that we are part of these cycles of nature as well. We've also collected colorful leaves and pressed them because my daughter Yamina needed them for school to make kind of arts, handicraft stuff with it. And I remember that I had to do this when I was a child for school too, or sometimes we also did things with it at home. And yeah, again, I think that's beautiful because it's you cherish and appreciate what the nature is giving you and make something beautiful with it and feel connected to the seasons, and that's so nice, it's so beautiful. Another day when the weather was okay, we went outside to a little lake. And the funny thing is that, and the embarrassing thing also, is that I'm living here now since around 10 years, and I actually never have been to that lake. And it's not that we have that many lakes here, you know. On the contrary, we don't have many lakes. We don't have so much water here. And I love water. I love lakes. And I've always, I mean, in the beginning when I was here, I didn't know that we have a little lake in the neighborhood. But when I've heard it, I've always wanted to go there, and somehow I never didn't do it. I never didn't do it. Okay. I never did it. So, but now finally we did it. And you know, it's not something really spectacular. It's just a little tiny, cute lake in the middle of the forest. But it's nice, you know. It's a nice place to go sometimes, to take a walk, and maybe even to try ice bath in the winter. If we will have a winter this year, who knows? I will definitely go there more often from now on.
Dream up a world of pirates, climb the highest tree, fall down. Mama, I'm fine, don't worry. Go back out to sea, sail home, sweet home, where the ships must go to get all cleaned up and put away. Call it a day.
Ik heb een grote wedstrijd die heißt Elsa und kann Eis und ist die Königin. Und
We've also been outside to visit the sheep and the goats and the cow. And these days I tried kulning for the first time. For those of you who don't know what it is ancient Swedish, not Swedish, Nordic. I think it wasn't only practiced in Sweden, but also in other Scandinavian countries. So it's ancient Nordic herding call to call animals like cows, or probably also goats and other animals from far away, like when they went up the mountains to graze there, or have been on other meadows, and they were still free and not in a fence. Then the women would call them over a far distance, so they used a very high pitch, so they would hear it over far distances. So I was inspired to do that by Jonna Jinton, a Swedish artist. And when I heard it for the first time in one of her videos, I was completely falling in love with this art of kulning, because I think it sounds so otherworldly beautiful, that I also tried to do it. And I made a little video about it. I will link it here and also in the description box below. I'm sure that it wasn't perfect. I even had a cold, and I'm still having a bit struggle with my voice. But it was fun, and I thought I'll just try it, and I just thought about sharing it with you. It was also very spontaneous. I didn't really plan it. But the funny thing about it is that it really worked pretty well, although I've never done it before in front of the animals. But it started like I didn't even record it. I just did it, and then they came to me, and then I thought, wow, it's working so well, so now I have to catch it with camera. So I went there inside again, and I brought the camera with me, and They were already quite close, but they were still again coming much closer. Really, they were coming to me, and I think it's fascinating. You know, they're not like super tame. They live outside for the whole year. They have their shelter, their hut where they go when it's raining or when it's too cold. But they're quite free, wild animals, and the sheep especially are rather shy. Except our ram, he is really the one who is always coming and cuddling, and but the others. But when I did this kulning, they were all coming towards me, and I think it's amazing. It was really a very nice experience.
Hijack a flying saucer.
So I think that's pretty much what we've been up to these days and weeks, and how we've spent our autumn time so far. And I really hope you enjoyed the vlog. If so, please show me with a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, make sure to do so, because you're really supporting my channel this way. And I hope to see you next time again. Have a good time. Bye bye. Mwah.